Generally, when you think of gun nuts, you think of right-wingers, I think with good reason, but it turns out that there actually are some liberals who are very interested in getting involved with shooting, collecting guns, and things like that. And they don't want to hang out with some of the right-wingers in these clubs. They don't want to hear about Muslim socialists and stuff like that. And so now we have what's being called the NPR of gun clubs. It's the Liberal Gun Club. It's a nationwide movement. It's being run by Marlene Hoeber. And here are a couple of the reasons she says she felt like she had to create this. We needed to make ourselves a special place where we don't have to hear about the Kenyan Muslim socialist in the White House. One of the members in California actually says, if I walk into a gun store with an Obama t-shirt, which I wouldn't wear because he's too conservative, I don't fit. And then Marlene also says they think gun people are people they want nothing to do with. And so I thought that this was very interesting because I recently went shooting in Vegas. And when I came back, I was interested in possibly doing it here. But then the more I read about the gun clubs, the less I actually wanted to associate with some of the people, not because they're not good people in general terms, but it seems to require a level of political insanity and extremity that I don't want to be around.
That happened to me. I was in Las Vegas, and I went to a gay bashing bar. And then when I came back to California, I was like, it just didn't feel right to do it with a bunch of Republicans. You know what I mean? So, back over to you, Anna.
I just wanted to say that I think that gun clubs like this make sense, right? Because obviously the NRA attracts a very specific demographic. I mean, they have gone way past just gun rights. Now they're basically political advocacy. They're doing political advocacy in areas that doesn't even involve guns. So I'm not necessarily against this. I think that it's a good idea. I know that there are sane people out there that love their guns. They're obsessed with it. And as long as you're doing so, or you're practicing your Second Amendment.
And you're practicing your sexist amendment.
As I said, I enjoy just the physical act of shooting the same way I enjoyed doing archery when I was a kid. It's a skill that you can develop. That combined with, I admire as a nerd almost any form of technology. Firearms technology is one of those areas. But the way that I would want to be, like, even if I was a gun owner, I'm sure NRA heads would explode. Like, I theoretically would like to own a gun, but if they, by law, made me keep it at the firing range, I wouldn't care one bit. Or if you could only rent the guns, I just want to be able to go shooting every once in a while. The same way I'd like to shoot free throws.
What if you want to intimidate your girlfriend in an argument? What are you going to do then? I got to run back to the gun club?
Stay here, bitch.
Yeah.
I'll be back in 45 minutes depending on traffic.
That's And that's why you can't keep a relationship.
That's one of the reasons.
I did go shooting one time in my life, right? So my friend, I was about 20 years old. So he says, hey, I got some guns, we're gonna go to the gun club. I'm like, sounds like a great idea, right? So we get there. First of all, bullets are expensive. And secondly, I had a 38, right? So I had it cocked, you pull the hammer back. So I didn't know, that makes it a hair trigger. Like you just have to touch it and it goes. So I didn't know. Yeah. So I pull it back, and I wanted to say something to my friend. So I took off the air things. Bam! It went right there. I almost shot myself in the head.
You shot it right there?
Yeah, so I still have a hearing loss right here because of it. And I was like, I think I'm done shooting for the rest of my life. That was it.
Where did you shoot?
It went in the ceiling.
Oh my gosh.
Right here, boom, it went off right there.
It was a nail salon up there.
Yeah.
Jeez. I went shooting for the first time a few months ago, and I didn't like the experience. I don't think I ever wanted. I did it for a documentary. I don't think I'll ever do it again. And look, I totally understand people that like it. I mean, you get like a rush, like an adrenaline rush, and I realize I don't like adrenaline rushes. So.
I like feeling alive. No, I don't think I like it for anything having to do with adrenaline. I like it in the same way that I like going to a driving range, or I like, trying to shoot a three-pointer. It's a skill that can be honed, that's enjoyable to become better at. I see it very much like that.
You think you've had the same feeling? I'm going to try and knock down a couple of threes?
Yeah, it's fun. I would go to do that the same way I would go to a
There's
firing range
rush.
for a little bit, or I'd go bowling.
You don't feel power surge through your arm? You don't feel this intense power?
I don't intend to shoot anyone, so I don't think about it in that terms. I don't even think about it as a weapon. I think of it as a tool.
I have a whole half of my.
But actually,
I shot one of those assault weapons, and the guy brought me a cafe au lait. My balls felt like concrete.
Okay, so just to give you, I don't want to give you the wrong idea, though. I've been expressing what I think about guns and the sort of gun owner I would be theoretically, but the Liberal Gun Club is not like me in most respects. They are more liberal than Obama, yes, but when it comes to gun regulations, they're actually very close to the NRA, at least in that regard. So they put out
They wanna-
the liberal gun club
They
says.
want to be able to buy and own their guns.
Yeah, more regulations on lawful gun owners are overprescribed political placebos that fail to cure the root causes of violence. So look, I don't agree with them in that area, but I do have sympathy for them wanting to be around people that are more like them politically.
I have a couple times gone to do stories where I fired a gun, and first of all, I'm horrible at it. I couldn't hit anything ever.
I've laid off a few guns, but I wouldn't fire one. Go ahead.
Right, you furloughed them.
Christmas.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But I was shooting with a friend of mine, Craig Birnbach, who's now a sports anchor in Portland. He was then a cameraman in Charleston. He's shooting the story, and I'm shooting the gun. And I had the gun in my hand, and I broke. Like you forget that you have a gun in your hand, and it wasn't like cocked like yours. But I turned toward Craig, right? And Craig's like, "Oh!" And I realized it right then. And the guy who's doing the thing comes like, "Hold your hand out," like you just point, and I'll swing it toward me. And this guy goes like, "Hey, hey, hey!" Like, and he like moved it, and I still remember that. I was probably 28 years old, and I remember that vividly. Like, I was scared, and I thought, "Geez, I could have fucking killed Craig." Like right then, I just could have killed him.
Yes.
That's it. If I pulled the trigger, he might have died.
I can't imagine ever forgetting that what I'm holding could theoretically shoot. Like I
don't
grew
know
up
that I
shooting with my
fired yet.
father.
I
I
mean-
never would even point it remotely away. Like, I'm a super oversafe.
but I mean, it's like you're like, "Oh, yeah, you do it, you fix it." You're like, and they're like, "No, we don't do it like that."
You're supposed to throw it to me.
Right, exactly. I don't know, man. But that's it. I got a whole half of my family shoots guns. The whole 15% of my family.
Really?
All my mom's side, and I love them, and they're great. But they go out in the woods of Yucca Valley in San Bernardino, and now they did live there. Now they live up in Ventura, and they go and they shoot. And they shoot at cans and shit, and they look, and you go to their house.
What about varmint? Do they shoot varmint?
What about immigrants?
Yeah.
Shoot rats.
Yeah, they shoot rats.
With,
but they love to shoot, and then you go to their
Sean
house, and with my aunt, she's passed away now, but in the last 2 years.
Still shoots?
Still shoots, yeah. Still shoots, still pretty good, still better than me. But you hold the gun, and I think there's a feeling of power. I think you're kidding yourself when you say it's like shooting a three-pointer.
I'm not saying it's the exact same thing, but I'm saying that
also
I
don't believe
wouldn't
you've
own
ever-
it for
I don't believe
self-defense.
you've ever made a three-pointer, by the way.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
I've made few. I'll play against you. I won't play against most of the chuckleheads out here. I'll play against you.
Chuckleheads.
I'll play against anybody who uses the word chuckleheads.